fans. It is day 20 of Podvidia. Pod videos himself every day in April. And today, I want to talk about myself. Shocker. And more specifically, I would like to talk about the fact that when I'm doing this month, I have to edit myself and listen to myself a lot. The videos that I make fall into two broad categories. The first is scripted. I've written out exactly what I want to say, I follow it. There's a little bit of ad-libbing every now and then because, you know, I swap things around, something doesn't actually feel right coming out of my mouth or that kind of a thing. But yeah, I'm just following along a script. And the second one, as you may have guessed, unscripted, where I have a title or just some bullet points and things like that, and I just kind of go along. Today's is in the unscripted category. And when it comes to editing, I have to listen to everything I've said, which, scripted, fine. There's like flubbing of lines, I start reading it and I'm like, blah, 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 say it wrong, start over, that kind of thing, just cut that all out. Unscripted, I'm just kind of rambling, and I notice things that annoy me a little bit about me talking. There is a thing that sometimes people bring up with me, and you know, I've just heard people in the past talk about it, the fact that when you are speaking and then you hear yourself back, it sounds completely different and you don't like your voice. I got over that many years ago. After my very first video and listening back to it, I wrote a point in my notebook that I wanted to get a better voice, but I have since just kind of learned just what I sound like, so there is no shock between like me speaking right now, hearing it in my head, and then listening to it back. It just kind of sounds the same. But the thing that annoys me, and something that I don't notice, and now I'm starting to notice because I am, you know, listening out for it, is in the unscripted ones especially, I put in a lot of filler words while I'm trying to think, because I don't actually have the sentence planned out before I start it. I start talking and then I'm just trying to land the plane. So there's a lot of there is a lot of kinda, you know, like, and that does annoy me a little bit, and it makes me wonder how much of that am I doing in my regular life. Because it's not something I think about. It's not something that while I'm talking to people, thinking, what are they perceiving out of this? I'm just going, I'm getting through a sentence. The sentence may be a lot longer than it actually appears in my head, but yeah, we get there. And the ums and the and like, kinda, you know, oh, it's kind of like, you know, yeah, that kind of a thing. And sometimes I will edit those out. They will be cut. However, there is, like, when I'm listening back to myself, it is kind of annoying when there are a lot of cuts. Especially in the middle of a sentence. That's probably going to annoy me in a little while when I'm editing it and listening back and it goes blah, 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 and just doesn't sound like a proper sentence. And it can kind of just mess with the flow of the sentence, because if I stop with that because, and then we come in with the reason is blah blah blah, then halfway through the actual like pause of me going, I might swap the actual sentence structure, and then it's weird. So leaving them in sometimes is actually better, but it probably isn't. And then I have the inverse effect sometimes, where when I'm trying to land that plane, you know, start a sentence, we're trying to land it, and I would, ooh, I'll take a pause, and in my head that takes a while my brain is processing, and then I look back at it and it's like, oh, that was like a second, one singular second, which is interesting. It's funny to sometimes looking at it, like in the moment, I don't even notice the ums, the ahs, the kind ofs, but I notice the pauses, the time when there's no sound coming out, and those are actually shorter than the ums, the ahs, and the lexicon of things. Just a little bit of a fun one, and hopefully this doesn't ruin your enjoyment of this, where you are looking out for the words. But yes, just a little bit of a thing that I wanted to talk about. We are 20 days in. That means after today, there's only 10 days left in the month. And just to give a little bit of an update on the subscriber count, the last time I looked, it was 1377, which is up from 1368, which is pretty good. We're up a whole 9 this month. That's great, and a bunch of them have been within the past couple of days. So that's so cool. Yippee! Thank you all for appearing. Thank you to, I don't know, everyone just who watches, and I am going to talk to you tomorrow. Slán.